Welcome back to my cooking channel, guys, and today we are making chopseuy, which is an all-time favorite among us Filipinos for our vegetable meals. Now for the list of the ingredients, we have the following. We are going to need 4 cloves of garlic, crushed. For our proteins, we are going to use 250 grams of chicken liver, which I marinated in soy sauce. And then chicken heart, which is also marinated in soy sauce. And then we are going to use shrimp, which I have already taken the heads and the shells out. Now for our vegetables, we are going to use the broccoli stems. This is still the crunchy part of the stems. We took out the tough part. And we're gonna use sayote. This is half of a sayote. And then we're gonna use carrots and sweet peas or chicharo for our chopseuy. We're also gonna need baby corn, but if you can't find baby corn, you can do this as an optional ingredient. And then we have cauliflower and broccoli, which I've already cut into portions. We are also gonna need cabbage. You can use the regular cabbage or the Chinese cabbage. 1 medium-sized white onions and 2 red bell peppers cut into squares. We're gonna need also celery stalks and celery leaves. Now to saute our chopseuy, we need canola oil. We're gonna use soy sauce to flavor our chopseuy. We also need 2 tablespoons of sugar to add sweetness to our chopseuy, ground black pepper as well to taste. Now I'm gonna use a secret ingredient for our dish. I have been using crab and corn to flavor my chopseuy. It's more convenient for me and it has already a thickening ingredient. And lastly, we are going to use 2 tablespoons of butter. Now that our ingredients are complete, we can now start cooking. So first and foremost, we are going to heat our wok and add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of canola oil. We're gonna cook first our chicken liver and chicken heart. Now once our oil is hot, we can add the liver and start pan frying this until it develops that caramelized flavor from the marinade, which is the soy sauce. Now this would take about 7 to 10 minutes to cook depending on how big or small you cut your liver pieces. And then once it is done, we set it aside. And then next up, we're gonna pan fry also our chicken heart. I marinated my chicken heart with soy sauce as well. And this is gonna take about 5 to 7 minutes to cook. We then set it aside along with the liver, and we're gonna prepare now our shrimp. In the same pan, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. And once that butter starts to melt, we can now add our shrimp and cook it until it changes its color. Once the shrimp is bright orange, we also set it aside. And then we can now start cooking our vegetables. In the same wok, we're gonna add and saute our garlic and make sure that the garlic flavor is infused with our butter and canola oil. Next up, we're gonna add our celery stalks. Now once our celery and garlic is well sauteed, I'm gonna add our broccoli stems. Next up, we're gonna add our young corn or our baby corn. So I'm adding the vegetables depending on the hardness, because the harder the vegetable is, the longer it takes it for the vegetables to cook. Next up, we have the broccoli and the cauliflower. So I'm tossing this into our pan on high heat. This is on stir fry mode. We want to cook our vegetables on high heat, in that way it doesn't get soggy. I'm adding the soy sauce that we use to marinate our chicken liver and chicken heart. And we're also gonna add a little bit of water to help cook our vegetables. Now we are going to add the rest of the ingredients, starting off with our chayote or our sayote. Next up would be our carrots, and then our chicharo or our sweet peas. Next up, we're gonna add our white onions. Now the reason why I did not saute this is because I like the crunchy and crispy onions when it comes to my chopseuy, and white onions is really not pungent, it's more on the sweet side. We're gonna add also our bell peppers and cabbage. Now as we simmer our vegetables, we do that for about 5 minutes on high heat. And then once we have our vegetables a little bit wilted, we're gonna add now our crab and corn mixed with water and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Now this would now heat up and start to thicken, and our chopseuy is almost ready to go. Now if you want your chopseuy to be a bit saucy, you can add more water to the dish. And with the crab and corn, that's really gonna thicken up. Add soy sauce to your liking and crushed ground black pepper. Last vegetable ingredient would be our celery leaves. This would level up the flavor of our chopseuy. For me, it's really not complete without celery. Now once we toss that, we're gonna add back our proteins, our shrimp, our chicken heart, and our chicken liver. Give it about 2 to 3 minutes more to simmer, and we're good. So there you have it. Our chopseuy is done, and I hope my secret ingredient of crab and corn would make it easy for you to make your chopseuy dish without having to figure out if it tastes right or not. Now we are done with another cooking video this weekend. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share this video recipe to your family and friends. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing so at Yan E. And if you want to get notifications on new videos and recipes, you can tap that bell on the side. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you next time on our next recipe.